目的地までおよそ 7km です。10分ぐらいかかります。
Hey everybody, here I am in Yamanashi. I'm at a place called Panoramadai. It's one of my favorite places. Whenever I come to Yamanashi, there are several places that I'd like to visit. This is definitely one of them. It's a view of Mount Fuji looking over this valley, and you can see Yamanaka Lake down there on the right side. You probably can't see right now because I'm exposed for myself, but let me change the settings, take a look at it. Okay, so here's a view from Panoramadai. You can see Mount Fuji in the background. You have Yamanaka Lake there on the right side of the screen. And the foreground, I know you can't see it right now because it's exposed for Fuji, but if I just brighten it up a little, you'll see all this green grass and trees come out. That would be in the picture. Okay, so that's what I'm here shooting, this epic landscape from Panoramadai in Yamanashi Prefecture. Okay, so guys, here's a problem that you encounter every now and then when you're shooting at famous places. I've got a group of really grumpy old men up there who think they own the place. And they're like, well, we were here first, so don't put your camera there. And that's fine, you know, but like the sun is not going down for another hour, or maybe, yeah, the sun's not going down for another hour, okay? And they're telling me like, oh, excuse me, could you get out of my shot, please? I mean, look how much time there's left, right? There is etiquette in photography, and if somebody's waiting for like a special, you know, something like Diamond Fuji or something where it's crowded, you can't move your camera around very much, you know, because it's so crowded, or if you've got a very specific composition that you're trying to get, I can understand when someone gets in your shot. But I mean, look how big this place is. There's like 6 or 7 people up there. I don't want to be confrontational or anything, so I don't want to make a problem with them, you know. I'd rather not, let's say it that way. So anyways, I'm not gonna let them ruin my day. I mean, look at this beautiful place. I'm gonna go shoot some pictures, guys. Okay guys, so I was just exploring the area, and I found this trail that goes up the mountain a little bit. So I went up a little bit just to see the vantage point, and it looks pretty good. So I think I'm gonna move up there, get away from these grumpy old guys, and we'll see what kind of shots I can get from up there. I got a rock in my shoe. I hate that. Okay, guys, let's go up there and see what kind of shots we can get. Look at this view. Is that not gorgeous? Okay, so yes, it was a bit tougher than I expected to come up here. The path is pretty steep, and I was basically getting eaten alive by insects. But the payoff, I think, is worth it. So I'm glad I came up here. Also, I got a little privacy, so okay, so for my composition, of course I'm going to get all that as my background, but it's nice to have this kind of grass right here as a foreground, you know. It really gives a nice it gives a nice depth to the photo, you know, to see a foreground. The midground will be this lush green down here on the hill, and then of course Fuji and Yamanaka Lake in the background. There's going to be a lot of depth in this photo, and I think this is going to be really good. Also, I'm focusing on the foreground, not right at the front, but just a little bit behind the foreground, so that I can get the foreground in focus. I'm using a high f-stop, so the background will also be somewhat focused. I'm also shooting wide angle, so that combination, the wide angle lens with a high f number, you know, we're going to have everything in focus. Guys, these kind of vertical photos are very useful if you're putting a lot of stuff on Instagram, because the Instagram format is to get the biggest picture possible, it's going to be vertical, right? Because that's how you hold the smartphone. So, okay, now my foreground is starting to get a little bit dark, but I don't want to slow down the shutter speed because it's a little bit windy out here. The grass is moving. I don't want it to really be blurry. It's okay if it's a little bit blurry. I'm already shooting pretty slowly at 1/15th of a second. The grass is going to show a little bit of movement, some motion blur, but I don't want to go any more than 1/15th, so I'm going to increase my ISO. Okay, so I'm still shooting at ISO 100, f16, and 1/15th of a second. Okay guys, so I'm gonna just shoot for a couple more minutes here, and then move on to the next location. So I'm gonna cut the video now, and I'll see you at the next spot. So I've changed locations. There's this place called Tanuki Lake, and you can see there it's a nice view of Mount Fuji with the lake in front of it. It should be pretty good, so I'll share those pictures with you. Okay everybody, so I'm just framing up my final shot for today. I'm still here at Tanuki Lake, and this will be my final shot. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're overexposed now, so let me just close down the exposure a little bit. Okay, so you can see Mount Fuji there. We got these 4 trees. Actually, it's 5. Yeah, it's actually 5 trees, but it looks like 4 trees right there, lined up just with Mount Fuji. And then I'm waiting now. The sun is going to keep moving up and to the right. So once that sun gets directly over the top, that'll be my shot. Hey everyone, back in studio now. So what did you think of the video? Was it okay? Not okay? Well, please feel free to leave me a comment in the box telling me things that I could do better, or things that maybe I did well. Please tell me in the comments, okay? I'd really appreciate it. I'm planning to make a lot more videos, tutorials about landscapes, portraiture, basics like you know, how to shoot in manual mode, or about editing. If you have an idea of what you'd like me to make, leave it in the comments, and I'll consider it. After you leave a comment, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. That would really help me a lot, okay? I guess that's all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.